The FBI just got a photo sent from this anonymous person. It was a woman in a cage. In this photo, she looked very distressed, like she just wanted to be free. She was trapped. Anonymous person who sent the FBI this photo, he said he got it from the dark web. Now this is where everything is about to get completely strange. Listen to this.
Her case garnered national attention when FBI investigators received photos from an anonymous person showing Rainwater in a cage, partially nude.
He said she was being tortured. Not only that, I seen her murdered. In these photos, this girl name is Cassidy. This woman name is Cassidy Rainwater. She is a woman that has been missing for a while now. So when this anonymous person is saying something strange like this, they scratch their head. They dig deep into this and they knew who she was. During the time that she disappeared, it was believed that she was homeless. Police also knew who they needed to have a chat with. They knew who they needed to speak with, and they went up to the address of the person that they needed to speak with was this man. Now, if you look at his property, it's strange. It's woods everywhere, one house, no neighbors. They asked him some questions about the lady who's missing. He was like, yeah, we was together. She stayed with me for some time. I tried to help her to get on her feet. She said she wanted to go to Colorado. And then one time in the middle of the night, I woke up, she was gone. And I've never seen her again. Now, they don't have no hardcore evidence on James, so they would just kept the information in the back of their head. And when they left, they knew that they was going to be back. They just had a feeling. That's how weird this whole vibe was when they was visiting them. A couple of weeks passed and they just go in James' house. He was like, what are y'all doing? Showed them the search warrant. The officers was armed and ready, and those anonymous photos that they got from this person, they knew that this was the same place. Remember, she was in a cage. It had photos like that, but also photos of her being died. Now, when they took his laptop, mobile devices, all his electronics, they found videos of him going in the shed at night, and all you hear is screams. Completely terrifying. Now, they searched this whole entire house, opening everything, breaking a lot of stuff. This one investigator, he was like, you know what? Let me just check the fridge. He opened the fridge and he see a bunch of meat packaged, and it had tape wrapped around it. No names on what type of meat this was, anything. It just had the date, and the date was 7/24. They tested this meat. It was Cassidy. So he had this packaged up. If you don't believe in the dark web, now you should.
Let's talk about this picture. This is why if I ever have kids, I'll never let them use the bathroom alone. A 7-year-old girl and her mom were headed to Target, and she was getting some clothes for school. Her mom also wanted to grab some snacks for movie night. So while her mom went to go grab popcorn and other snacks, she told her daughter to go pick out clothes for school. When her daughter finally finished and picked out the clothes, she went up to her mom and said something strange happened. A sad pale lady had came up to her, telling her that she wished she could have her own daughter that looked just like her. The mom, who thought the daughter was just joking around, laughed it off and said, let's go. While heading to the register, the daughter shook her mom and said, that's the lady who told me she wanted a daughter just like me, pointing at a mannequin. The mom laughed, thinking the daughter was still being silly. You know how kids have wild imaginations, always playing around. While at the register, the daughter had to go to the bathroom, so the mom told her to hurry up. It was only a couple hours down, by the way. While in the bathroom, the daughter texted the mom saying the pale lady's in here who wanted a daughter. The mom, trying to get in a rush back home to her other kids, said, hurry up, we have to go. Stop playing around. 10 minutes later, and the daughter never came out. The mother, who was waiting outside the bathroom at this time, rushes in the bathroom to see what the heck is going on. The daughter was nowhere to be found. She even checked the stalls to see if her daughter was hiding, standing on a toilet or something. On one of the stalls, she found her daughter's cell phone on the floor. By the way, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below your favorite fruit. Mine is mangoes. When she checked her phone, this was the last image found in it. Police still to this day have no explanation on what happened to that little girl.
My friend won't let anyone in her house after 9:30, and I just found out why. They're the happiest couple that I've ever met. Like, if you didn't believe in love, this couple would make you believe in it. But one evening, it all came crashing down. I arrived at JC's house at 5 p.m. sharp. She is obsessed with time, always wondering why someone's a minute late or a minute early, as if she's a detective and you're in her interrogation room. But before I get into what happened, let me tell you a little bit about JC. She's got pitch black hair, a nose ring, wears dark clothing. She's the type of girl that has pumpkins sitting out in the beginning of September, and she's super welcoming. Actually, the rug on her front door reads, "Leave now." So tonight I was going by her house because me and her had planned a movie night. But we had to start the movie night at 5 because she never lets anyone in her house after 9:30. As soon as I walked into her house, I immediately smelled cinnamon cookies. I was hoping they were for me, well, for us. But JC just brought in a big bowl of popcorn and some drinks, which was fine. I certainly wasn't going to complain and lose her trust for the next 2 decades. Then the movie ended. We thought Halloween 2 was okay. While JC went upstairs to find another movie, I decided to give myself a tour of the house, and here's when things started to go wrong. I was just glad she was willing to watch another movie and that she was letting her friends back into her life. She hadn't really been social since her and Tyler broke up. No one knows what happened between them, just that they were together one day and then the next day they weren't. After the breakup, no one heard from Tyler again. Then we started the second movie, Saw 4. She fell asleep during the movie, and the next time I checked my phone, it was 9:15. I thought, I better get going soon, even though she probably wasn't gonna wake up in the next 15 minutes. I headed over to the kitchen to grab a glass of water before leaving, and then I saw those cinnamon cookies on the counter, and I was like, she's not gonna miss one, right? After finishing the cookie, I turned on the water on the sink to wash my hands, but I was trying to be like really quiet because I didn't want to wake her up. The water didn't wake her up, but my scream did. My friend won't let anyone in her house after 9:30, part 2. If you missed part 1, go back and watch that. So the last thing I told you is JC awoke to my scream. I saw the face of a man outside of the kitchen window. She ran to the kitchen and I told her to call the cops. What did he look like? She asked me, but I didn't know. He was definitely a man. I think he was white. She burst out in laughter and said, that's enough scary movies for tonight. But I was refusing to leave because I had just seen a man. I knew I saw a man out the window. Then I saw the same man through the living room window, except JC saw it too. She ran to the front door and I thought she was making sure it was locked, but no, she was making sure I didn't look through the peephole. I ran up to her and yelled, move, we need to be able to identify this guy for the police. Confusion hit me. Why won't you move? She broke down and started crying. At this point, I could tell that she had basically given up. She was hiding something. She said, you know that old woman that me and Tyler visited? Now, let me just preface this. Tyler and JC were about as open-minded as people come. They tried basically every religion, and they were meeting up with this woman because she claimed to have some certain abilities. While she was telling me this, the man was still banging against the door. But as open-minded as they were, she told me that when she met up with the old woman, they couldn't help but laugh at her claiming to be one of the last real witches in the world. I tried to look around Jackie to see what was going on outside, and that's when I saw it. This was the stuff of nightmares. The man was on all fours and had pitch black eyes. And when he opened his mouth, he had cat-like teeth. She got up and ran to the kitchen and grabbed the tray of cinnamon cookies. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you not freaking out? Then she walked outside and started giving this half man, half creature these cinnamon cookies. And that's when I realized Tyler always did love cookies.
If you see someone behaving like that, run, even if it's your own mother. Her mom had been acting very strange over the past few days, so she ultimately decided to film her. What she captured is truly terrifying. Look at her eyes. Unfortunately, the end of the story is even more terrifying. After capturing the video, she encouraged her mother to go to bed. However, after about 30 minutes, she began to hear odd noises and found that her mother was no longer in her room. So she decided to search for her in the woods nearby the house. I will show you now what she discovered. You can see her mother, or rather, what she had transformed into, but her mother didn't seem to recognize her anymore.